When I was young, I didn't have money. I didn't have great teachers. I didn't study at the best schools. But I had one thing, a bold dream to learn English. People laughed at me. They asked, "Why are you wasting your time?" But deep inside, I knew something they didn't. English is not just a language. It is a bridge to the world. It connects you to people you've never met. It reveals opportunities you were previously unaware of. It helps you see life from a bigger perspective. I didn't have resources. No big libraries, no internet, no expensive books. But I had something stronger than all of that. I had passion. And that passion kept me going when things felt impossible. If you are keen to learn English fast, you don't need talent. You don't need to come from a rich family. You don't need to spend years memorizing grammar. What you truly need is courage, passion, and the right way to practice. Because in the end, success in learning English is not about where you start. It's about how determined you are to keep going. I have discovered a fundamental yet profound truth. Without genuine passion for the language, rapid mastery will remain elusive. Many students view English as a daunting challenge. They open a grammar book, see hundreds of rules, and feel worn out before they even begin. They study only because they have to, because of a teacher, or because an exam is coming. But the truth is this: when you hate something, your brain resists it. When you love something, your brain opens up and absorbs it naturally. That is why the fastest learners are not the smartest ones. They are the ones who genuinely enjoy the process. They smile when they read. They get excited when they listen. They feel proud when they understand even one small sentence. If you want to learn fast, stop treating English like a school subject. Start treating it like a companion. You don't avoid a friend. You don't fear a friend. You spend time with a friend every single day. That is the relationship you need to build with English. The second thing I learned is this: English is a language, and language is communication. And communication only exists between people. If you only study alone, your progress will always be slow. Yes, books matter. Grammar matters. Vocabulary matters. But they are just materials. They are like bricks. You cannot build a house by only collecting bricks. You have to use them, arrange them, and build something real. That is why conversations are the true engine of rapid learning. Speak with your classmates. Speak with your teachers. Speak online with strangers. And if no one is there, speak to yourself in the mirror. Do not wait to be perfect. Do not wait to feel ready. It is okay if your pronunciation is not perfect. It is okay if your grammar is broken. Because broken English spoken with confidence is far more powerful than perfect English that is never spoken. The more you use your voice, the faster your brain adapts. And one day, you will realize something simple, but life-changing. You are no longer learning English, you are living it. Every time you speak to someone, even if you make mistakes, you move one step closer to fluency. The third way to learn English fast is to change how you think. Many learners are stuck in translation. They hear a word, translate it into their own language, then translate it back into English. This process is like running with heavy chains on your legs. You will always feel slow. To become faster, you must start thinking in English. When you see a dog, don't translate, just think dog. When you need water, say to yourself, I am thirsty. At first, it feels uncomfortable, but little by little, your brain begins to adapt. You stop translating. You start responding naturally. You begin to live inside the language. And the moment you no longer rely on your native language as a bridge, that is when English truly becomes a part of you. The fourth thing that changed everything for me was simple: enjoyment. Many people believe learning must be serious, boring, and difficult. But that is actually the slowest way to learn. If you want to improve quickly, you need to enjoy the process. Watch movies. Listen to music. Follow stories, interviews, and speeches. These are your most powerful teachers. At the beginning, you may understand very little, and that is completely normal. In fact, it is a positive sign. It means your brain is working, adjusting, and learning. First, you catch a word, then a phrase, then a full sentence, and one day, an entire conversation makes sense. Learning becomes exciting when you laugh at a joke, when you sing along to a song, or when a speech inspires you. At that point, you are no longer just studying English. You are experiencing it. You are enjoying it. You are living it. And that is when real progress happens naturally and quickly. The fifth and most powerful lesson is this: be fearless. The largest obstacle to learning fast is not grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. It is fear. People are afraid to open their mouths because they worry others will laugh at their mistakes. But mistakes are not your enemy. They are your teachers. Think about a child learning to walk. He falls again and again, and no one laughs, because every fall means growth. When you speak English and make mistakes, you are the same child learning to walk. Every mistake is a step forward. So do not stay silent. Speak up. Do not hide. Express yourself. The world does not belong to those who speak perfect English. It belongs to those who dare to speak without fear. When people ask how to learn English very fast, they often expect a magic formula, a shortcut, or a secret method. But the truth is simple. Speed does not come with shortcuts. It comes from focus and consistency. You can spend 10 years learning slowly, or 1 year learning fast. The difference is not talent. The difference is how you train your brain and build your habits. If you want to move faster, you must change your mindset first. Stop waiting for the perfect environment and start creating your own. If you wait for the best teacher, the perfect accent, or the ideal method, you will lose years. But if you start today, you are already ahead of those who are still waiting. The first key is immersion. If you are keen to learn English fast, you must live in the language every day. Learning English is like learning to swim. You cannot master it by reading books or watching others. You have to step into the water. So surround yourself with English. Change your phone, your laptop, and your social media to English. Listen to podcasts, music, and videos while you eat, travel, or relax. Label objects in your room. Say their names every time you see them. The more you surround yourself with English, the more natural it becomes. Slow learners touch English for 1 hour in class and then forget it. Fast learners live with it all day. They breathe it. The second key is daily practice. Not once a week, not once a month, but every single day. You do not need 5 hours a day. You need consistency. 30 minutes every day is far more powerful than 5 hours once a week. Language is like fire. If you stop feeding it, it fades away. But if you keep adding fuel, it burns brighter and stronger every day. Speak a little, write a little, read a little, listen a little, but do it daily. Your brain learns through repetition. The more often it sees and hears something, the faster it absorbs it. That is why consistency creates speed. Slow learners are not stupid. They are simply inconsistent. Fast learners are not geniuses. They are simply persistent. The real key is this: focus on communication, not perfection. Too many people spend years worrying about grammar rules, vocabulary lists, and accents. They want to speak perfectly before they even begin. But that moment never comes. Perfection is the slowest teacher. Communication is the fastest. When you focus on expressing your ideas, even in broken English, you train your brain to connect words, to listen, and to respond. And that is what builds real speed. Over time, perfection will come naturally with exposure. But if you wait for perfection before you speak, you will never move forward. The fastest learners are not perfect. They are brave enough to speak imperfectly with confidence. The next step is to make mistakes, your greatest ally. If you are keen to learn fast, you must remove fear. Fear is heavy. It holds you back. Mistakes are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you are growing. Every mistake brings you closer to fluency than staying silent ever will. If someone laughs at your mistakes, remember this: they are laughing while you are learning. And one day, you will speak better than them. A child who falls today will run tomorrow. So, do not hide from mistakes. Chase them. Because the faster you make mistakes, the faster you learn. The fifth secret is to combine learning with passion. If you rely only on textbooks, learning will feel boring, and boredom always slows you down. But when you connect English with something you truly love, everything changes. Learning becomes faster, easier, and more natural. If you love football, watch commentary in English. Follow English language recipes if you enjoy cooking. If you love music, learn the lyrics. If you love movies, watch them with subtitles. Passion brings energy to your brain, and an energized brain learns far faster than a bored one. When you learn through passion, it doesn't feel like studying anymore. It feels like enjoyment. And that enjoyment is the real fuel of speed. The final key is confidence. Confidence is like the engine of a car. You may have fuel. You may have wheels. You may even have a beautiful design. But without an engine, the car will not move. In learning English, your knowledge is the fuel. Your practice is the wheel, but your confidence is the engine. Without it, you stay stuck. With it, you move forward. Confidence means speaking without fear, listening without panic, writing without hesitation. It does not mean you are perfect. It means you are brave. And bravery is what creates speed. When people want to learn English very fast, they often look for big secrets, expensive courses, or some kind of magic solution. But the truth is much simpler than that. However, the truth is simple. Speed comes from repeating small habits every single day. The difference between slow learners and fast learners is not intelligence. It is their approach. If you want to move faster than others, you must be willing to use English in ways they are too shy, lazy, or afraid to try. You must stop treating English as a subject and start treating it as a lifestyle. If you keep it inside the classroom, you will move slowly. But if you bring it into your daily life, you will begin to move much faster. The first step is to create an English environment around yourself. Even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, you can build your own world. Change your phone, your apps, your computer, your TV, everything into English. Every time you see English, your brain is learning. Even if you don't fully understand, your mind is getting used to the language. Surround yourself so deeply that your brain has no choice but to accept English as a natural part of your life. Fast learners don't wait for the perfect environment. They create one. The second step is to learn from real voices, not just books. Books can teach you grammar and vocabulary, but they cannot train your ears or your tongue. If you want to speak faster, you must listen more. Listen to how real people talk. Notice their tone, their rhythm, and how they connect words. Watch videos, listen to podcasts, and follow real conversations. At first, you may understand very little, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep going. Day by day, your ears will sharpen, your speech will improve, and your brain will adapt. At first, you will understand only slightly. That is completely normal. What matters most is consistency. Day after day, your ears will catch more, your tongue will imitate more, and your brain will adapt faster. Reading is important, but speaking and listening are what truly create speed. Every day, speak out loud, even if you are just repeating a line from a movie. Do not stay silent, because silence slows you down. The third step is to remove the fear of judgment. Most learners are not slow because they are able. They are slow because they are afraid. Afraid of making mistakes. Afraid of sounding strange. Afraid of being laughed at. But fear is the greatest barrier to progress. Fast learners are not the ones who know the most words. They're the ones who are not afraid to use the words they already know. They speak even when their grammar is imperfect. They speak even when their pronunciation is not clear. Because every time they speak, they improve. And every time a fearful learner stays silent, they fall further behind. If you want speed, you must accept mistakes as part of the journey. The fourth habit is thinking directly in English. Translation slows you down. It is like walking with heavy weights tied to your legs. You see something, think of it in your language, then translate it into English, and by then, the moment has already passed. To move faster, train your brain to skip translation. When you see the sky, think sky. When you feel hungry, think I am hungry. When you feel happy, think I feel great. These small habits slowly break the chains of translation. Soon, you will stop converting your thoughts. You will start living in English. And that is when speed truly begins. The fifth element is learning through enjoyment. If studying feels boring, you will feel exhausted and move slowly. But when learning is connected to what you love, progress becomes natural. Movies, songs, games, comedy shows, and novels are powerful teachers. When you laugh at a joke in English, you are learning. When you sing a song in English, you are learning. When a story moves you, you are learning. Enjoyment creates stronger memories than textbooks ever can. The more you connect English with joy, the faster your brain will move forward. The sixth step is setting small but meaningful goals. Many people say, I want to be fluent. But that is a mountain. And looking at a mountain can make you feel overwhelmed before you even begin. Instead, focus on small steps. Learn 10 words a day. Watch one video every morning. Write one short paragraph every night. Speak with a friend for 5 minutes. These small actions create daily progress. And daily progress is the true fuel of rapid learning. After weeks and months, you will look back and realize you have already gone much further than you ever imagined.